Welcome to chair yoga. Hi. I have a world behind this camera as well, so there's others. Welcome Paula, Renee, Carrie, Gilbert, and Jody today. And we're just gonna come into our sacral chakra today. As we see, I'm dressed in orange, so all about movement. Let's go ahead and some of us get the memo and dress in orange. So actually, before we get started, I know I'm looking right here to get started, but tomorrow here at the Senior Center in Safford, they will be having a Spring Fest. So the food that is usually expensive out at the Spring Fest across the road will only be $1 here. So hot dogs, popcorn, chips, all $1. So you're welcome to come and sit down in the shade and be inside during the hot day tomorrow during Spring Fest. So that is Safford news, I guess, for today, Friday.
And it's also tonight and tomorrow at 1 is the Spring Fling.
And the Spring Fling tonight and tomorrow.
So it's called Spring Sing.
Spring Sing. Well, Fling, Sing, you know, singing part.
Yeah.
will also be tomorrow at 1 and tonight. So all of us Safford people can go out and enjoy the live music that I'm already hearing when I pulled up to park here. All right, so let's get started. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you everyone for coming. We're going to start with our sacral chakra, having our hand gesture, so our mudra. Left palm is going to be underneath, right palm above, and we're just settling the palms facing up into each other, connecting the thumbs. And notice when you just roll the shoulders back and you find that lengthened position, this naturally comes down to the sacral space. This is just below the navel, deep within the pelvis. I also have my knee ankles stacked so that we have that joint alignment, hips apart, feet are grounded. We're gonna soften the eyes and just come into the breath here, right at the sacral space today. So as we come into this sacral space, again, we might imagine the color orange here. It's all about fluidity, water, emotions, change, feelings, sensations. And with that, let's try to bring joy and ease into our practice today as we move. So allow yourself to move with the breath today. Allow yourself to move with joy and ease as we bring into our Sankalpa now, or our silent mantra. I believe in my needs. I choose to receive. I believe in my needs. I choose to receive. I believe in my needs. I choose to receive. And really focusing on yourself today, those sensations. You might even keep the eyes closed through practice. Or maybe you open them. Maybe you keep a soft gaze. We're all about movement today. So a lot of movement, even in those still positions. Let's go ahead, release that. Inhale, we're gonna bring our arms all the way to the top. Now, as we exhale, so just keep them up here for a moment. When we exhale, we're gonna bring the palms together, hands to heart, and we're going to have the sound, our Bijan mantra, VAM, for our sacral chakra. So let's go ahead and inhale up, and exhale to VAM. Let's go ahead and do that one more time. Inhale, bring it up, lengthening up, stretching up, and exhale, We're gonna find one more here. Inhale, and exhale, All right. Let's open the eyes. Maybe we keep that soft gaze. I'm going to scoop back here. So with this, today we're going to be using spiky ball. And I love my weighted ball, but you don't have to have a weighted ball. Remember, it's just a yoga block or a ball between the legs that we use. And we're also going to be using today our stretchy belt. Those of us that don't have a stretchy belt at home, no worries. You're going to do the same action. You're just going to close the eyes and really concentrate on bringing everything inward. So now that I've showed you everything, so this is our stretchy belt, and it has lots of loops in it. Let's go ahead and bring the spiky down first. So we're going to start off with spiky ball. We want to get into the sensations of our feet. That's where we ground. Yeah, I just wanted to show them all the tools. But thank you for showing me too. Excuse me. So let's find that knee ankle alignment with that one foot. The other foot, I have the spiky ball. Remember, those of us at home, dryer balls work, pinky balls, tennis balls, really anything to bring sensation on the bottom of the foot that can be rolled around. So maybe we soften the eyes. You decide your pressure. I have a very hard spiky ball, so the spiky balls we use here are definitely for sensation. You can choose to what's called feather it, which is a light touch where the joints here will pick up a little bit, and you'll be using more of your hip joint if you're feathering the ball. It's a lightness on the bottom of the foot. The deeper you press that down, the less work in the hip area and more work down through the leg. So soften, close the eyes here, relax the shoulders, sit nice and tall, find our posture, abs are tucked in, heart is lifted, shoulders are back. If it doesn't work for you to keep the eyes closed as you move into sensation, then find a drishti point in front of you that you can focus on so that you can bring that inward gaze all the way down to our foot. And make sure that you're taking these nice deep breaths. And if you remember what we did in our throat chakra, we had a breath called the Ujjayi breath. This also works for our Svadhisthana chakra. So that's just a tightness of the glottis muscle or the tightness of the base of the neck here. And it causes that oceanic sound in our inner ears. All right, from that side, now let's switch it to the other side. And again, you're going to find this posture. You're going to find stability. You have alignment. You're relaxing those shoulders. You can even bring hands over chest and over our sacral area. And start with rolling. Again, there's lots of options here. Eyes closed, eyes open with a drishti point for focus. And as we move again, you can choose feathering, a lightness on top, or you could choose a deeper pressure as you press through the foot. You're looking to feel sensations. This should feel good. This should not be too painful. Shouldn't be experiencing a lot of pain here. And it's also great for neuropathy or any of those feet issues that we might have, including plantar fasciitis. So really getting into the bottom part of the foot, allowing that massage. And allow this to bring your gaze, to bring your awareness to the bottom of the feet, to the sensations you are feeling currently. Reminding us that our sensations are giving us information about our well-being, about how we feel, what we feel. All right, from there, if you're finished whirling on that foot, we're going to move that aside. Let's find our hip width distance apart. We're going to come into some forward fold. So let's inhale, reach it up. And we're going to exhale, coming into your version of forward fold, whether you're rounded all the way over, maybe hands on top of knees, pulling elbows in and lengthening the back. Some of us won't be rounding. Some of us will keeping a nice flat back. That is fine. You're just hinging forward. Let's go ahead and inhale, root to rise, pressing through the soles of the feet. Flat back lifts us up. And let's exhale, find a cactus twist. So nice cactus twist here. Palms face that direction. Inhale, let's bring it up. And exhale, twist the opposite direction. Inhale, taking it up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, bring palms together, hands to heart. Bring palms forward now. Pull the elbows in. Let's inhale. One arm comes forward, other elbow pulls back, the hand pulls back. You feel that twist. Let's now extend through the opposite leg to the hand that's forward. Release that. And let's move on to the other side. Opposite arm comes forward, and then let's extend that opposite leg. Bring it back down. Moving with this. Maybe an inhale now as we extend. And an exhale as we find that transition. Inhale, extend. Exhale, finding that transition. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take our hands, interlace the fingers behind our head, press the back of the head into those palms of the hands. Elbows are nice and open, shoulders are relaxed. Let's just exhale, tilt towards one side here. Keep those feet nice and grounded, strong legs. Let's inhale, bring it back up to center, and exhale to the other side. You're gonna pause there for a moment and just really press down into the soles of the feet, strong legs. Inhale, bring it up. Let's exhale, curl the spine, C curve, chin into chest like we would cat. Pull the chin in, pull the navel in, round through the back, round through the pelvis. Elbows are forward. Let's inhale, lift back up, lift the chest, bring the gaze up. Exhale, let's take it back to that cat posture. Inhale, lengthening, lifting through the heart space, lifting through the gaze. Exhale, back to that cat posture. And inhale, open and lift. Let's exhale, release. We're gonna take our ball now, or our yoga block. So for some of us at home, maybe it's a rolled up mat, a towel, a pillow, we'll improvise. Or a yoga block will be fine. Also a ball, maybe like a cherry ball or something, or a 4-square ball. That also might be a little big, so just find what helps you. You're gonna find knee ankle alignment here. You're pressing down to the soles of the feet, but you're squeezing those inner thighs. Let's go on and inhale, bring it up. And now exhale, twist. Inhale, bring it up. And exhale, twist, opposite way. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, interlace the fingers, bring behind the head, open the elbows, lift through the crown of your head. Let's keep it nice and grounded now. These legs are already squeezing, so let's tilt to the side. Pause there, see if we can find 2 more breaths. One more breath here. Let's inhale back to center. Now as we're in center, let's keep this flat back, shoulders relaxed. We're just going to hinge forward. So you might look down a little bit. You're just hinging with the flat back, really pressing down into the soles of the feet. Inhale, let's bring it back up. Exhale, we're gonna hinge the opposite way now. Strong legs, feet are pressing down. We have 2 more breaths to the side. Let's go ahead and bring it up. This time, finding our twist like this. So it's just a twist. Inhale, center. And exhale, twist. Inhale, back to center. Release the hands. So from twisting, let's come back to these palms of the hands. Now we did dorsiflexion when we extended the feet last time, so it was a flat foot. Now we're gonna move on to plantar flexion, which is just a simple pointed toes. So pull the elbows in, roll those shoulders back and down, palms forward. Let's inhale, extend, point the toes. Exhale, release. Inhale, extend, point the toes. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Continue with this with the breath here for a little bit longer. Every time we inhale, extend. And you might be thinking of your boundaries here, especially when we have these stop sign hands. So, and boundaries is a part of our sacral chakra. As we find our boundaries, finding our stopping points. And let's release that from there. Let's go ahead and release that blocker ball. It was starting to slide on me. Excuse me. Okay, my rubber band set here came from my yoga class last time. A yoga teacher had made this up. So mine has hoops. I'm gonna put my foot in a hoop here. And it is elastic and stretchy. I know there's other bands that you could possibly buy that also have a bit of stretch and give and also have loops. So if you do have one with loops, or you could step on the stretchy belt, you're gonna come into your seat with wide legs. So find that stability, wide legs, knee ankle alignment, toes and knees point the same direction. And then I'm gonna take what I have as prayer hands here, palms together. They're gonna slide through that loop. I'm gonna keep my thumbs out so that you can see them so I could grab a hold of that. Now, right here, I'm gonna bring it straight to my heart space. Relax the shoulders, broaden out, lift tall. Let's press down through the soles of the feet. You can do this action without this belt. So same action, strong. It's exhale, twist. Twisting away from the belt. Inhale, come back forward. So my leg has that belt. I'm gonna twist away from that. Let's exhale, twist again. Strong abs, strong back, strong arms, strong legs. Let's inhale, come back forward. We'll do this one more time. Exhale. Inhale, forward. Now we're gonna add to this. We're gonna extend the arms. So when you extend the arms, what it looks like is twist. And then inhale, extend. Notice that I'm not bringing my shoulders up or anything else. I'm keeping them plugged in. You really want to have strong arms, strong shoulders here, plugging in. And then slowly bring it back to the space of the heart and unwind back forward. You only have 2 more of these. Let's exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it back. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it back. Unwinding as we inhale. All right, from there, we're gonna now move. We're gonna do it 6 more times, but we're gonna do 3 and 6. So from here, let's exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it back. Keep in the twist with this one. I was just trying to say that we were changing it up again. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it back. Strong abs still, strong legs. We have 1 more. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bring it back. Now let's inhale and bring it back. All right, so done with that side. And you're simply gonna just bring it, loop it onto the other foot here. Planting the feet once again, strong legs, strong abs, you're nice and tall. Bringing those prayer hands right in, thumb stick out. Bring it right to the heart space, lift nice and tall, ground those feet. Let's go ahead and exhale, twist away from the belt. And inhale, bring it back. Exhale, twist away from the belt. And inhale, bring it back. So really using those ab back muscles. Exhale. And inhale. Now we're adding the arms lengthening. Exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. Strong arms, strong abs, strong back. Exhale, bring it back to the heart space, nice and slow. And inhale, bring it back. Slow, make stronger muscles and stability. Exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it back to the heart. Coming back forward. Exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it back to the heart space. And unwind by coming forward. Okay, remember the last one is just staying there in that twist and extending the arm. So inhale here, stabilize those legs. Exhale, twist. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bring it back to the heart. Inhale, extend. Exhale, back to the heart. And last one, inhale, extend. Exhale, back to the space of the heart. And let's unwind. All right. Let's go ahead and move the stretchy belt now. From the stretchy belt, I'm going to move on to a yoga belt. So this one does not stretch. Those of us at home for this one, improvising would be a tie, a towel, a belt, because you could roll up a towel as well and use the ends of the towel. So let's go ahead and start off with bringing it around the ball of the foot. With this one, we're going to keep a nice softness in the knee. I like to wrap my hand so I don't have death grip because I tend to really hang on. So I like to wrap that belt. Now I hinged over just a little bit. The other foot already is knee ankle alignment, nice and stable. I'm going to start to pick it up, roll the shoulders back so that I'm plugging into that shoulder space. Then I'm pulling those elbows in. My foot's already lifted, my knee is bent. Let's start to extend without overextending. So I have a micro bend in the knee. Now right now I'm forward. For some of us, it may look more like this for some of us. So if you're down at this level, it is just fine. Remember, you're doing this for you. So that just means that when you pull up that bicep curl, you're just pulling up to level. Those of us who are already at level, we're going to continue to pull those elbows in and our bicep curl is going to look a little higher. Now my knee is still micro bent, so I'm not overdoing my knee here. I'm keeping that softness. Let's go ahead and release to your level and bring it back up on an exhale. Inhale, releasing. And exhale, bringing it up. Inhale, release. We'll do this 3 more times. Exhale. So it's a nice bicep curl if you keep those elbows in. You're also using a little bit of arm work. You're getting a little bit of a stretch in the leg. Inhale here. Exhale. And let's inhale. We're going to set that heel all the way down. And we're going to take it to the same side hand. I like to wrap again. Of course, I'm going to say always keep that micro bend. It is the safest space for your knee to keep a micro bend, even while standing, not to lock out those knees. Keep that just a little bit of micro bend, works the muscles of the knee as well, which strengthens our knees so that maybe we can avoid that knee surgery or even strengthen our knee surgery if we did have it. So again, elbows tuck in, shoulders roll back. Let's go ahead and lift. Now most of the work is into the leg. My elbow is pulled in. I'm just going to inhale and open out to the side while keeping this other leg stable. Exhale, bringing it back. Inhale out to the side. And just remember lifting and lengthening through the spine. Allow the openness to come through with the breath. And that's bringing that joy and ease back into the breath. Recognizing your needs and valuing yourself here. Let's go ahead and open again. And exhale. We only have one more. I believe we did about 6. If I'm counting right. Let's exhale, bring it back and release. Now, from that point, we are going to take it to our 3rd step, which is not the one I always do, but let's take it to that opposite hand. Now my knee's going to soften. I'm going to make sure I'm good and into this chair. I'm going to take that other hand that I have that's next to the leg that's still wrapped. I'm going to hang on to that chair. I'm going to pull it up. And this time my elbow's out to the side. That's fine. I don't want it all the way up here, you know. but let's try and keep that shoulder relaxed and just keep that length and pull that elbow out. Keep the other leg stable. You're only moving, so I'm not moving my hips or my glutes. I'm keeping nice and stable, but I'm pulling that leg to the other side, which then you should feel that nice IT band and all the way into your glute area if you're pulling that. So you're pulling as if you're gonna cross that leg. Some of us may be able to actually cross the leg. Let's find one more breath here. And soften, release. From that point, let's go ahead and just loop it to the other foot. So now this leg's gonna stay stable. Remember what we started off with? Actually, let's just start off with the opposite. So I'm gonna take it to the opposite hand. We're gonna go backwards with this one. Make our minds work a little bit. So I'm taking it to the opposite hand here. My knee is still soft and bent. This other hand, same side leg, is gonna hang onto the chair. Micro bend in the knee, let's extend forward. Now from that micro bend extending forward, I'm gonna lift my elbow without lifting my shoulder all the way up to my ear. So relax that shoulder, but keep the elbow lifted. Let's just pull it over to that side. This is when you start to feel the whole side here and the glute. Maybe if we have sciatica at all, we're feeling that too. So this is a good way to also stretch our piriformis muscle back there. And again, my shoulder maybe started to move up, so I'm gonna try and relax that for one more breath. And let's exhale, soften. All right, now we're gonna take it to that other hand. We're gonna wrap it around. Our other hand's gonna come stable. So now I'm in the same leg. And we're gonna do a softness in the knee, sit nice and tall. Just remember to lift the heart, relax the shoulders, strong abs, pull up, softness in the knee here. Let's inhale, open out to the side. Oh, and I'm gonna tuck that elbow in so that we're doing it really good here. So let's pull that elbow in. Pull that shoulder in. We're nice and pulled in as we open back out to the side. Notice we have a micro bend in the knee as well. Keeping that semi-soft. Inhale as we open out to the side. Exhale as we bring it back in. We have 3 more here. So allow your own breath. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. And exhale, bring it back. All right. So remember that we definitely know our boundaries here. So if we're one of those people that need to keep it closer to the floor and wrap our hand and we just come up to this point and then you move back down to the floor, you're fine to do that. If you're a little bit more advanced than that, you can always move it a little bit closer and come up to the halfway point already. And then from there, remember we have that softness in the knee. Pull the elbows in, sit nice and tall. You're gonna do that bicep curl to lift the leg. And that's on an exhale. So we're gonna inhale to bring it down. Exhale, bring it up. Inhale. Exhale, bring it up. We have 3 more. Welcome your own breath. Remember to keep pulling those elbows in, to keep lengthening through the crown space, and to keep that bent or semi-soft knee. Let's do it one more time. And as we inhale, we're gonna bring it all the way down. All right, let's bring those to the side as well. From there, let's see, we're gonna do a little bit of stretching now. So we've done some work. Let's start off with, let's see if we can do this first. So some of us, let's see if we can cross our legs. So maybe the other leg, heel toes to more of a center space so that you can cross that leg. You're trying to get the knees to stack as best you can. And then you're pulling these lower legs or the feet closer together. So notice I'm squeezing. So I've squeezed in my inner thighs, but now I'm squeezing those lower legs and foot to squeeze into this alignment. From this alignment, let's lift nice and tall. And we're simply gonna come forward with a hinge. So elbows can move out to the side. I'm hanging onto my knees. I'm moving forward. My back is flat for this one, just to start off with. Let's inhale and just lift back up. Exhale, pull forward. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, pull forward. Now from that position, you can do 3 more of what we just did. I'm gonna bring my hands a little bit lower and show you the next one. So I'm already pulled forward, but I'm in an inhale, flat back. As we exhale, you're just going to round and release. I'm just gonna leave that, then come up on an inhale back into that nice flat back, and exhale, round and release. Let's do that another time. Inhale, and round and release. From there, let's inhale, bring it up, and then bring it all the way up. Now from there, let's start to glide that leg so that we can stop it at about the ankle space. We're gonna heel toe the foot that we had center. And you might move around on this chair. You might even move back to give yourself more stability. But you are looking now for this one to be knee ankle alignment, toes pointed forward, and it's in alignment with that same hip. My ankle's above that knee bone so that I'm not having ankle knee bone issues here. And we're just gonna move through the foot. Remember, if your leg isn't all the way up like this, no big deal. You could be at this point and still be moving the foot and just not using your hand to do so. And your leg is still crossed and this knee is still open for the rest of our exercises. So you choose. Remember to go the other way as well. And when you're ready, let's take it to dorsiflexion, which is just toes towards the shins. And then pressing it away. I like to push on my toes. I like to even pull my knee, roll those shoulders back and find that nice broad chest here. And then bring it all back together, toes towards the shins. And again, let's inhale. Just lift up through center. Feel the length through the torso as well as through the chest and shoulders. Let's bring it back into dorsiflexion. Now from here, you could either hang onto the foot, hang onto the knee, or hang onto the ankle. Whatever is just most comfortable. Roll the shoulders back, lift tall again. We're gonna exhale and hinge forward. So right now you're bringing the heart space forward towards that leg, and you're hinging right at the glute, right at the hip here. So you have a nice flat back. My shoulders are rolled back. Let's inhale, back up to center. Exhale, hinge forward. We'll do this one more time. Inhale up, exhale forward. Now from this position, you can inhale back up and continue 3 more times in this pattern, or you can stay with me. When we inhale, we're gonna inhale here, flat back, and then exhale, round. Inhale, bring it back to flat back, and exhale, round. Inhale, flat back, and exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen, flatten the back, and let's bring it all the way back up into that sitting position and try to gently release that. Now as we gently release that, I am gonna come forward just a little bit, ground the feet. I'm gonna find a twist, so both my hands are just gonna come over to one side. I have a lateral hand, or a hand to my lateral knee, the other one to my chair. I'm just finding that twist. 2 more breaths here. And let's release. We're just gonna move that twist to the other side. So hand to lateral side of the foot, maybe the other hand grabs your chair or your stool. You're relaxing the shoulders. Couple breaths here. And gently release. Okay, starting with the opposite leg. So if you remember, we started off with crisscrossing here. So I'm gonna bring this stabilizing leg a little bit further in so that it's more aligned with my center. So then I can bring that other leg all the way over. You could even try and stack those knees and everything. Now, for some of us in this position, that you can, let me make sure that my knees are in center. All right, for some of us, when we squeeze, when I talked about squeezing down below, so we're squeezing our inner thighs together, knees are stacking, we're gonna squeeze those legs, lower legs together. Some of us can actually take this foot and wrap it around our leg. That is fine to do so. That's just a more advanced position to do. So from there, it makes it a little bit easier to like strengthen and bring it all together. From there, we're going to just wrap the hands maybe around the knees, lift tall through the crown. And remember, we're coming with a flat back to start off with. So elbows out to the side, you're hinging forward, you're exhaling as you hinge. And then inhale, let's bring it back up and lengthen through the crown. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, hinge. Now you can inhale, lengthen, and continue that round to 3 more times. I'm staying hinged slightly forward with that flat back, my elbows slightly bent, because I'm gonna come into now exhaling, rounding, and basically releasing. The inhale, I'm gonna bring it back up into that nice flat back. Exhale, rounding again. Inhale, let's lengthen, flatten the back. And exhale. I think that was our last one if I did an extra. Let's go ahead and inhale back up into flat back and then raise it back up. Now from that position, I'm gonna start grabbing my ankle, so pulling that leg a little closer to me so I could heel toe the stabilizing leg out to more of an alignment with my hip. I might even pull back into my chair to give myself more stability in this position. So from there, we don't have the kneecap on the ankle, so this shouldn't hurt. The other hand's underneath the knee, and we're gonna move through the foot. Remembering we could do this same position with the legs crossed and ourselves sitting more forward and not actually touching the foot when we move it around. So there's that. Go ahead and move the other direction. When you're ready, let's come into dorsiflexion, toes towards the shin, and then pointing away. Back to dorsiflexion, and pointing away. Coming back to dorsiflexion here. Then we're gonna pause. You're gonna grab either foot, ankle, sit up nice and tall, flat back, exhale forward. Inhale, let's bring it back up. Keeping that flat back. Exhale forward, hinging from the hips. Inhale, let's lengthen. And exhale forward. Now you could keep moving in the same pattern, or you could pause here in the exhale forward with a flat back, taking a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, round. Inhale, coming back into flat back. And exhale, round. Last one, inhale, flat back. And exhale, round. Inhale, coming back up into flat back. And let's bring it all the way back up. We're going to gently release that leg. All right, from there, I'm gonna scoot a little bit forward. Let's take a moment to inhale, bring those arms up and over. And we're gonna exhale, release. Now, as we release, let's take our hands to the back bottom of the chair, roll the shoulders back, pull soft elbows together, pull the shoulder blades together so that you feel this space open and pull back. You're squeezing the shoulder blades together. Then you're gonna draw your navel inward. Then you're gonna pull up through the crown. So it's a lot of work here. Let's start to press down into the soles of the feet. That might make the feet shoot out for a minute, but try to press down into your earth plane. Let's find one more breath like this. As we exhale, soften the shoulders, the elbows, hang on to the chair with one arm, the other arm comes up. As we bring the other arm up, maybe you could bring hand to hip if it feels more stabilizing. We're simply going to reach over to that side. From that point, I'm not going to look up, but a good thing right here would be to take your gaze and look up and draw that arm back behind us. So for some of us, we can look up and draw back and continue to do that for one more breath. Let's exhale, come back forward, releasing that. Either hand to chair or hand on hip, other hand up. Reaching up, option 1, exhale, we all hinge over to that side. Option 2 would be to bring that gaze up, try to bring that arm behind your gaze. One more breath here. And let's bring it back up. Extend the arms, warrior 2. From warrior 2 arms, let's take the arms back behind, see if we can grab. So behind me, it looks like this, hooked hands, or I'm grabbing my wrists, forearms, or elbows. That's what it looks like behind my back. And then from there, that draws your shoulders back If your abs moved forward, let's simply draw those abs in so that we find nice length in the back. Release head to shoulder. And let's inhale through center. Release head to shoulder on the other side. Inhaling center. Exhale, soften. Inhaling center. Exhale, soften. Now you can move into the rainbows. I call them rainbows because it's a half rainbow. You bring the chin down into the chest, sweep across the chest, and you're coming all the way till you look to the other armpit. So you're basically bringing the chin towards your axillary and then pressing down across the chest again, over to the opposite axillary, so looking over that opposite shoulder, and again that rainbow across the chest. Our last one, if we started on this side, let's do that side and then move it all the way to the opposite side that we started from. And then let's bring our gaze back forward. From our gaze forward, we're actually going to look over that shoulder as far as we can and drop the chin now down towards our axillary. Keep it there, and maybe we nod the head yes. Now lift back up to neutral over that shoulder. Exhale through center here. We're simply going to take that gaze over the opposite shoulder. Take a breath here. And then drop the chin towards the axillary, looking down, and again, nod the head yes. From there, releasing that, we're just going to lift the chin off the chest, bring it back over that shoulder, and then recenter our gaze here. From that, let's go ahead and release the arms. Inhale, bring it up and over. We're going to come into our forward fold. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's find root to rise. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's get ready for Shavasana. So welcome that Shavasana pose. It's time.
I laid on your couch on Wednesday and I fell asleep. I've never fallen asleep, but I did.
I know.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
I had to wake you up.
I used one of your pillows.
Oh, yeah, take it.
So I'm gonna take
I'm
this
good.
one.
What happened to the
Yeah.
rest of them? There was just a bit.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know.
what happened to all of them, but
Yeah.
now we only have two.
Yeah, they're starting to rip me off.
They're ripping you off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Record it, right?
According to who?
I don't know.
I'm gonna shut off those lights.
Someone's stealing my pillows. That's weird though, isn't it? You'd wonder what happened to them.
I know.
Not my preferable. All right. Why, hello, Lola and Irbua. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Ibua Taylor. Thank you for joining us. Just leave them on the outside because I'm going to put them in this other bag. It's easier. Oh, I still have mine in my hand. Hopefully all of us at home there are finding our comfortable space. We want to relax. I like to do yoga nidra for our Shavasana pose. This means you'll be closing the eyes and deeply relaxing into the body and mind here while you just stay aware of my words. So you're going to stay aware of the words I'm saying. And as we stay aware of my words, when I talk about body parts like fingertips, hands, shoulders, all these different things, we're looking to just relax them. We're bringing our awareness to those body parts so that we can relax and let go. All right, let's start off with finding that comfortable space. As comfort is queen, comfort is king. Thank you. I appreciate that. Creating yourself some space where you can relax, making yourself comfortable. And remember, you could start off with movement here, sacral chakra movement. So take those deeper breaths. Maybe we squeeze fists and contract the body as tight as we can. And then we exhale and release. Let's do this a couple more times where we're just squeezing, contracting, really feeling all those muscles, and then letting go, feeling that letting go. So we're getting into the sensation of letting go here. You're welcome to do that one more time of squeezing tight. And then gently releasing, really relaxing the body, relaxing our breath. Using any props as needed as you start to soften and close your eyes. Feeling into your alignment in the back, whether we're in an easy chair, a couch, on the floor. Just feeling into that alignment, that support beneath you or behind you. And then with the breath, feel into the shape of your body. So as you inhale and exhale, when we inhale, we're going to take that breath, spread it through the body, and inhale to the outer edges of our body. As we exhale, let's draw in towards the sacral space. This is just below the navel and deep within the pelvis. Each breath, exhaling to sacral centering. Inhale to expand and feel into the form of our body. Breathing in, you feel the belly rise. Breathing out, you feel the belly relax. With the breath, you begin to dissolve inward towards the sacral. Continue the deep breaths as the belly rises, falls, and relaxation of the body dissolves into the breath. You can hear the breath from within. Like ocean waves, the breath expands and releases. You might hear other noises that are fading into the rhythm of the ocean waves. You allow yourself to let go, soften, and you allow yourself to let go of the form of your body, becoming formless, just present, and aware of the words being spoken. You are breathing. Now, as we soften into our sacral space, we're bringing in our silent mantra or sankalpa. I believe in my needs. I choose to receive. I believe in my needs. I choose to receive. I believe in my needs. I choose to receive. Believing in yourself and choosing to receive here at this point. And now let's bring our awareness down to the bottom of the feet, to the tips of the toes. As we bring our awareness to the tips of the toes, we're going to imagine ourselves laying on a beach, warm sand, close to the shore, where the water starts to expand, moving through the body and releases as the wave recedes. So as we inhale, moving through the toes, the feet, the soles of our feet relaxing, heels, ankles, And now releasing as the wave recedes back out. You feel the body sink a little bit deeper into the sand. Inhale, the breath brings that expansion of wave, that coolness moving up now from the toes, the feet, the ankles, all the way up into the lower legs and expanding into our knees. As we exhale, we relax the knees, the lower legs, all the way through the toes. Inhale, the wave comes from the toes, feet, knees, upper legs, all the way up to the hips. And exhale, the wave recedes, releasing through the lower part of the body. Inhale, expanding through the legs. And now all the way up into the hips and the pelvis region. Exhale, releasing that wave all the way back out. Allow the breath, the imagination to bring that wave back up through, expanding now into the torso, our midsection, our abs, our navel, our belly. And as we exhale, that wave moves back out through the feet. Inhale, expanding from feet all the way up now into our rib cage. Exhale, releasing from the rib cage all the way back down through the toes. Inhale from the feet all the way up into the chest. Exhale, releasing that wave from the chest all the way back down through the feet. Inhale, feet all the way up into the throat space. And exhale, release all the way back down through the feet. Inhale all the way up through the throat space to the head, all the way to our third eye. And exhale, soften, release all the way back down. Inhaling from the toes all the way up to the crown of the head now. And exhale, releasing all the way back down through the feet. Inhale all the way up to the shoulders. And this time, let's exhale through the arms, releasing the arms all the way out through the fingertips. Inhaling from the feet, torso, and now the fingertips, moving all the way back up into the neck. And exhale once again through the arms, the legs, the feet, the toes, the fingertips. Let's now inhale from the fingertips through the palms of the hands, the wrists, elbows, shoulders. And exhale, releasing that wave. Inhale again from the toes, fingertips, all the way back up into the throat space. And exhale, releases the wave. Inhale from the feet, fingertips all the way up to the crown of the head. And exhale, moving all the way through the body now. Exhaling both through the fingers and the toes. Inhaling, expanding through the body. Exhaling, softening the body. Inhaling, expanding again. And exhaling, let's move down to the sacral space. Just below the navel, deep within the pelvis, settling here. Now as we settle just a little bit, allow this space to feel fluid, a water-like quality, water flowing, fluidity, change, formlessness, allowing feelings and emotions to flow, feeling into your sensations as you breathe. Svadhisthana, center of the pelvis, sacral chakra. From this center, we sweeten life by opening to pleasure. From this center, we sweeten life by opening to pleasure, by opening to our senses, by being playful as we find playfulness. These senses are the first gateway between our outer and inner world. Opening awareness to our senses, becoming sensible instead of senseless. This is to know how you feel, what you feel, to be awake, to be aware, to be connected is to be in touch. Allow yourself healthy pleasures, such as touch, play, laughter, sexuality, and experiencing beauty, as all of this leads to contentment instead of an insatiable desire for more. Often it is the denial of these simple biological pleasures that leads us to overindulgence and addiction. Our feelings and our sensations are a source of information about our well-being. And just like water flows, following the shape of the earth or being absorbed up into it, as it follows the path of least resistance, you are breathing. Imagine your breath like water flowing throughout your body, filling into every crevice. And now as you begin to exhale, sinking, releasing, the water releases its form, sinking as it is being absorbed into itself. Allowing ourselves to settle, allowing ourselves to relax. As we bring it back to our Sankalpa, I believe in my needs. I choose to receive. I believe in my needs. I choose to receive. I believe in my needs. I choose to receive. And notice how those words and how you feel, and if there's anything that has changed. Notice the changes as we become aware of our breath, bringing a deeper breath back to the body, reawakening the body with this breath. And by expanding out to the outer edges of your body, and again, bringing it back to sacral space. And now as we start to bring movement back into the body, starting to wiggle fingers and toes. as we move around here. Maybe we take that stretch overhead. Coming back to awareness, awake. Moving side to side. Oh, thank goodness we're at the end. So as you move side to side, finding your fetal position to one side or the other. Taking a moment, taking a breath, and then when you're ready, rising slowly back up. So pressing our way back up. Yoga Nidra is complete. Thank you. Om Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace be with you. Have a wonderful weekend. Those of us seeing me here in Safford, we're having our Spring Fest. So welcome yourself to the Senior Center over between the Health Department and the WIC Center behind our courthouse. There will be food and drinks for $1. Also nice air conditioning inside. So have fun, enjoy movement this weekend. Remember, you are important. Your needs are valid. So allow yourself to receive and enjoy movement this weekend. Plenty of water, stay safe. We'll see you next Friday. Okay, how do I do that?
Did you, when you